Hi guys, my name is Iryna Hurska. I'm a business analyst and team lead at MobiDev, and I'm the founder of EasyBA, a community and blog for business analysts in IT. You can find more information about it through the links below this video. We continue to share interesting and useful information for business analysts in IT and those aspiring to become one. But before we start, I encourage you to subscribe to the MobiDev team channel, like this video, and follow the MobiDev team and EasyBA pages on Instagram. Please! I hope you did it right away. So let's get started. In large companies and extensive teams where you might encounter the client's team, your own team, and around 40 or more people working together on a project, there are typically 3 or 4 project managers, 1 or 2 business analysts, and established processes in place. In such environments, you can join the team, undergo onboarding, and smoothly integrate into the project as a business analyst. But what if you are working on a smaller project with, for example, 10 to 20 people, and you are the first business analyst on this project? How do you set up processes and start working effectively? This is one of the most common questions and the crucial aspect of how the project's future work will develop. Today, we'll break down the step-by-step process for setting up efficient workflows, managing communications with other roles, and ensuring your requirements are validated and approved. Let's review your checklist for setting up processes and on a new project step by step. Step 1. Understand the project scope. You need to get a clear picture of what the project aims to achieve. Carefully study all the project information you receive at the start. This may include existing project specifications, documents provided by the client, project managers or sales managers, anything that can help you understand the goals, needs, and values of the project. After familiarizing yourself with the project documents, arrange meetings with the PM, SM, QAs, and other specialists who can provide further insights and answer any clarifying questions. Additionally, you may schedule a meeting with the client to validate that you are on the same page regarding the system understanding and can proceed with your work. As a result of this step, you should understand the project goals, a solid overview of the product and its functions, expected deliverables from the business analyst, the timeline, and available resources. For example, your time slot on the project, team composition, client availability. This understanding will also help you plan the project phases from initial analysis to final delivery. Step 2. Communication with other project roles. Define the project communication channels. You need to understand which tools your team uses for chatting and calls, such as Skype, Slack, Google Meet, etc. Typically, this setup is managed by the project manager, so you should at least confirm this information or suggest improvements to the communication process. Here is a list of the required communications. Daily meeting with the team, where you can share your tasks, work results, and plans with your teammates. Also, regular meetings with clients, where you present demos and intermediate results to the client. BA meetings with clients, for example, once a week or every 2 weeks, to define new requirements and present current specifications. Also, chat for internal communication with the team. Also, there may be separate chats for development and QA teams to avoid flooding in the general discussion. And chat 2 for external communication, where you can notify the client about important updates and ask questions. Additionally, you need to discuss your role on the project with your team. Clearly explain to each team member where they can expect to receive help from you, the phases of the project during which you will communicate more closely, and when you will need their reviews. So the main goal is to be on the same wavelength with the team about your interactions and to understand how you can be most useful to achieve great performance on the project. Step 3. Requirements validation and approval scheme. Once you've set up the processes and communication with your team and with other project roles, it's time to establish processes with your client. For example, one of the main deliverables that a BA prepares on the project is the project requirements in the form of specifications. So you created the specification. What's next? Or vice versa. How do you know when it's time to write the specification? To find this out, set up a workflow for managing requirements with the client. There are 2 suggested schemes for requirements validation and approval. Scheme 1, or here. As you can see in the image, the flow starts with clarifying the requirements with the client. For example, in one of those BA client meetings. After that, the BA validates the feasibility of implementing these requirements with the team. Yes, our clients' ideas can be quite astonishing and sometimes need technical validation, especially if the client is not very tech-savvy. Then comes the step where we write the specifications. After that, we take the specification to the team to ensure they are satisfied and don't find any contradictory requirements. Finally, we present the specification to the client for approval. At this point, if the client confirms the written requirements, we can pass them on to development. If not, the revision process begins and we start the flow again from the beginning. Scheme number 2. It starts from the same point. Usually, to find out which features we are going to develop, we rely on the client as the main source of information. But I have to mention that sometimes we suggest features ourselves to show our proactive position. However, in this case, we still need to validate our ideas with our client. After that, we write the specification immediately, just to capture the main ideas on paper and review them with the client to ensure we got it right. Step 3 in this scheme is to validate the specification with the client. At this point, we don't involve the team and focus on polishing the requirements until the client approves them, no matter how many refining sessions are needed. After that, we finally present the new requirements to the team. If they have any comments, we update the specification accordingly. And after all of that, we go back to the client to get the final approval. You can propose both schemes to your client from the start to maintain transparency. We can assure you that both flows guarantee great results and save the team from rework and misunderstandings. Step 4. Requirements prioritization and change requests. Another aspect we can skip from the general process of a business analyst's work on a project is handling requirements prioritization and change requests. You need to define with the team and the client the process for setting priorities for feature implementation. Usually, you need to establish a place where the client can assign priorities to each feature you're working on, or simply make sure to consistently ask about the priority inversion for specific functionalities. Regarding change requests, this is a topic that deserves its own video. But for now, let's just mention that you need to inform the client about the process for handling change requests and how they will be processed. You should definitely do this to avoid misunderstandings, such as when the client asks to quickly change a field name and you can't agree to do it immediately. We all know how 20 similar requests in one version can lead to scope creep and negatively impact deadlines. Thus, manage these 2 additional fields of work: requirements prioritization and change requests. So here we are. 4 important steps have been reviewed. We tried not to overwhelm you with too much information and focused on sharing only the crucial points that can help you set up processes for your new project. We'd really appreciate it if you could comment on and like this video. For instance, let us know which topics you'd like us to cover in the future. We are committed to giving you our best. Also, Don't forget to follow the MobiDev team and EasyBA page on Instagram for updates. Thank you for watching, and see you next time!